Hi, my name is Sally, and I know Melody and Tyler. I've known Melody for over 20 years from TBN, and I met her brother Tyler at one of our telethons. It was many years ago, and I remember he was very nervous, being on the computers and learning something new, but he challenged it, took it, and he was such a wonderful person to know, and everybody he spoke to and everybody he embraced. Always has a kind heart and always had a smile for somebody, and I wish I would have gotten to know him a little bit longer, but he left this earth and is now with our Lord Jesus, and he is a hero. So here's to you, Tyler. God bless you.
My sister and I, he was our first cousin. We used to, when his mom and dad went to work, we would spend summers at their house, and he used to always try to, him and my sister used to always try to push Melody and I in the closet, try to make us fight. And he loved his Queen music, and he was an awesome, always there for us. I don't know. He was just an awesome cousin. Didn't have very many, but our age. But I mean, I don't have anything. Even if I wanted to have anything negative to say, he was just an awesome cousin.
Now I remember Tyler hired him many years ago. And there was always one thing about Tyler that he enjoyed, and that was people and life. He never had a mean streak in him, even though I asked him to. Due to the fact that the adult hockey was a fun part of our program. We also had a youth program that he was actively involved with for many years. And a lot of us grew up with him. He was a rink rat, as we called. And there's a group of guys in the final years, they hung around our rink a lot, and they'd work till about midnight. And one thing Tyler loved to do, more than anything, was fish. And they'd go down to the pier, San Clemente Pier, and they'd fish all night long till about 7 in the morning. And I always had to tell our accounting department, don't call these guys. They just went to bed because there was something wrong with the stat sheet or something like this. But I tell you what, they were the greatest people around. Lisa was part of that family too. And I'm sorry she's not here today. As you can see, I'm a little emotional on this. But all in all, they were just great people. And I see it all right here, that all the impact that he put and she gave you guys to be part of our hockey family. And that's about what this is. It's a hockey family. And we all come together, we stay together, we skated together, we talked together, we believed in each other, and we supported each other. So I want to thank all of you for showing up today and bringing your love. And if you could support Lisa, that would be fantastic. Our hopes and prayers go to them for the rest of their lives. And we'll see him one day, I guarantee you. Thank you.
Good evening to you all. I'm Ty's dad. I just want to tell you a story of Ty's early beginnings. I almost blew it. My wife and I were stationed in the Philippines. We had just lost a chance to adopt a baby in Hawaii. We were an interracial couple, and we were having trouble adopting a baby in New Jersey. So the chaplain graciously said, I'll get you to Hawaii. This was in 1964. So we got to Hawaii, and we found a couple that was having a baby. Unfortunately, the baby was stillborn, and so we didn't have another chance until we were transferred to the Philippines. And there in the Philippines, after Jan had come to join me, she was invited by the lady who was the director of the orphanage in Philippines. By the time that we were in the orphanage, Ty had been there approximately a year, been in a crib, very little human contact. All he had was a bottle of milk and a diaper that was grayer than gray. and he didn't look too well. The whole point of us going to Manila was to see the orphanage. No mention about a baby. We're going to go down to see the orphanage. So we go down there, we see the orphanage. The lady tells us to have a seat and wait. So we waited, and lo and behold, she comes down 20 minutes later with this baby that doesn't look well to me. Baby looks sick. It's not well. So I'm thinking we need to get a replacement. So this is me talking now. The lady puts the baby, Tyler, into the hands of my wife, and of course that's all she wrote. You know, I wasn't going to pry that baby out. I knew where my line of demarcation stood, and I didn't say anything. And so we took the baby back to Clark Air Base, and the next day she takes it to the doctor. I'm there with her. And the doctor says right away that baby is not going to make it. That baby is not going to make it. You take it back. She's pointing to my wife. You take it back. And my wife gets all upset and she said, this is not a used car. This is a human being. And so she walks out, you know, daring the doctors to say anything. 6 months later, the kid is a new baby. It's a happy baby because of love, because of American baby food and milk. But there was one thing wrong. The baby was not walking. He's almost 1.5 years. So she takes him back to the doctor. Says, Doc, the boy is not walking. So he says, what are you doing? He says, well, when I'm doing my work, I carry the baby on my hip. Okay, she says, okay, what does the maid do? The maid puts the boy on her hip and does her work. So he says, why should he walk? So my wife goes home, gets a walker, puts Tyler in the walker, and he shoots all over the place, and he's walking within a week or two, you know? And this is his early start of becoming our son. You know, he's not bone of my bone, he's not flesh of my flesh, but we raised him. And after all of this, I find out that he has people that love him, people that care for him. You guys, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, you have met him, and all these years, I get letters from people that knew him back when he was a kid in high school, and all the things that they did back then. Well, you saw some of the pictures of his band members, and some of them are here, you know. But he had a way of meeting people, of loving them, of accepting them, which was my philosophy when I came into the Air Force, because I was Japanese, because I was going to the United States with all of its problems. This was in 1956, that I made up my mind that I am a human being. And if people want to become friends with me, that's great. If not, that's great too. You know, you're free to choose what you want to do. And I made friends that way. And obviously, watching me as a minister throughout his years of growing up, unbeknownst to me, he copied me. He followed after what I was doing, how I dealt with people. And again, I tell you, I didn't know this until I started reading Facebook and reading the comments from people, you guys, of how Ty has affected your life. And I'm just proud that I've been his father, and that he touched people's lives. People say that he was a genuine human being, a person that didn't use anybody, but rather truly seeking a friend and helping them, making them laugh, teaching them how to deal with people, how to get along with people. And I'm just amazed that all of the comments and all you people here that knew him and how much you cared for him. Thank you. Thank you.
Tyler was our coach.
Hockey coach.
Gosh, for a long time. He was our head coach at Capo Sports Rink.
Roller hockey. San Juan Capistrano.
I don't know, maybe like 2005, and I played with him probably all the way until like 2013. So I got to play with him for a long time.
Great coach, great guy.
Tyler was absolutely like one of the favorite guys at Capo Sports Rink, like beyond a doubt.
He definitely brought a life that
everybody loved him. He was always good for like 10 laughs every time you saw him because he just had so many funny things to say. And
never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. I think honestly, everybody loved him. Nobody at that rink would have anything bad to say. And I don't know.
I mean, my days on the rink are one of my like best memories of childhood. And Tyler being the coach and just being around the rink, probably honestly, some of the best memories I have.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
So sorry for your loss. We miss you. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah. We missed going over to your house. Yeah.
That's right. We used to be neighbors.
We used to live real close to Lisa. And at least I used to hang out with Josh over at Lisa's garage with Tyler every now and then. Good times. I hope she's doing okay, and I hope life on the farm, I hope she's able to make it work, keep it going.
Well, yeah.
I just want to say that we'll miss Tyler very much, and Lisa, we love you. We pray for you. We pray for your family, and we're just so sad to hear what happened, and our hearts go out to you and the family. We will miss Tyler very much. We have great memories of the kids growing up with him and coaching my boys for many years, and we just love him. He was a great person.
We'll miss you, Tyler.
We'll miss him.
Miss you, Tyler.
I'm Jason. I've known Tyler since the late 90s. He was a goalie in one of our rec leagues, and I was the league director at the same time. But I also played on a rival team in the same division. We all got along really well. And Tyler had that personality that just touched everybody. He got along with everybody. He was a pure hockey guy, both ice and roller. And I had to step away from the company in 2009, and Tyler came in and I trained him to be a league administrator. And within a week, I knew he had what it takes to take over the program. And from that point, over the next 6 years, he touched a lot of lives. It was also influential in talking me into coming back and being involved in the sport again, which I've been part of for about 25 years. But he was a selfless person. He had the greatest sense of humor, and he was genuinely fun to be around. So knowing that his last day on Earth was making one last big save, he did leave the Earth as a hero. And he'll be forever missed, from his friends, his family, and his extended hockey community, which you see here is just only a minuscule portion of people that really cared about the men. So. Lisa, I miss you. I'm really sorry for your loss. I don't know what else to say. Just hug your children and your animals that much tighter, because you just never know. And God bless you and take care, and I really miss you.
Hey Lise, just hope you realize how big of a pillar Tyler was. Yeah. We all really love him. We love you too.
We miss you guys. We'll follow you on Facebook all those times, but Tyler really came out, proved who he was. Yeah. Just, sometimes you overlook a diamond in the rough. That was Tyler. He was an amazing guy.
He meant a lot.
We miss him.
To so many people.
A lot of people. There were some crazy times.
Just having you guys over for the Super Bowl parties, it really meant a lot to us, and just that, you guys meant so much to us, and that you would take the time to spend your time with us. It really made our lives better, and we hope it made yours too. So.
Thanks for helping to bring up Patrick. Stop paying for his hockey.
It's basically raised me, so I blame you for how poorly I turned out.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Tyler's dad. Tyler was a great guy, and sounds like him going in the guys to save somebody else. So sounds like that's the way I knew Tyler to be. So tragic, but his memory will live on with us. Thank you.
Hey Tyler, sorry to hear about, but you're a hero for saving the neighbor. We love you, man. Appreciate all what you did at the Ice Palace in Southern California. I'll see you in heaven, buddy.
Big ups to Tyler. We've known you for 10 years, me and my wife. Nobody doesn't like him, the best guy ever. To his family and to his friends, everybody loves him. We love him.
Hey Tyler, just wanted to tell you, you lit up every room that you walked into, man. You had the best smile, funniest dude. I loved you from my heart, and I miss you a lot. Amazing dude.
Tyler, we're gonna miss you. I gotta say, every time I showed up to pick up hockey or my Saturday night beer league, you always brightened the room. Didn't matter if we got smoked 10-0 or whatever it was. Your smile, your attitude just made everything go away. You're a wonderful man. We miss you, and we'll see you soon.
Hey, Ty. Miss you, bud.
Yeah, buddy. Big smile every time I saw him. That's how I remember him.
Tyler, I miss you. You're a great friend, man. Great human being.
Tyler was a great guy. Always had positive energy. We loved seeing him at the rink every time we had a skate. Was always very into everything that we did. Always into keeping track of how the guys were doing, and it was a pleasure to see him every week. We miss you, buddy.
I don't even know what to say to him, man. Miss you, man.
These are my bottle cap magnets. I get the caps from the guys at the rink, and I make the team, all the teams for the guys. And then, oops, I'm sorry. These ones are for Tyler. And one of the closers at the Aliso rink designed the logo for him. And there's a couple things that I kind of added in there, but I just thought it would be a nice way for people to keep them around.
What's up, everyone? It's Goldie. Hey, life can grab a hold of us sometimes, and that's there's no guarantees on that, And we're here together today to honor a friend who died a hero's death, and that's super cool, It's time to celebrate his crossover, and it's all good. Hey, Lisa, what's up? Oh, girlfriend, I love you much. All right, one day I'm getting up there and we're gonna fish that new sack. All right, I will see you. Promise. Coming soon, girl.